the Philippines where sunlight gleams, Brian, Tess, and family dreams. By the shorelines, kids at play in a tropical bright array.
Morning YouTubers, I'm Brian.
I'm Tess.
And welcome back to our channel, previously called Australian in the Philippines, which we've just reinvented and changed the name to Brian and Tess in the Philippines, basically because I'm not the only one here on the videos. Tess is involved in pretty much 100% of our videos. So we've changed our name to Brian and Tess in the Philippines. Hope that hasn't confused anyone. An update quickly on the build out there. It's still progressing but slowly. We've had some car issues again. So we're waiting on some parts to arrive tomorrow so we can get back out there and get some more videos done. But there will be a video on Friday afternoon, just updating as to where we're at the moment. So keep an eye out for that, guys. Smash that notification bell so you get notified when it pops up. Also, if you're enjoying our content here, guys, please don't forget that subscribe button down in the corner if you're not already subscribed. Today's video, I wanted to talk about the truth about why Filipinas like older men. Sorry, I was going to say foreign men, but we'll get to that eventually. But older men. Now, I know lots of Westerners, foreigners think that Filipinas are all looking for older foreign men because they're after money. So let me first address that issue. I don't have any money. Tess has never asked me for money for anything unless it's something she specifically needs, women's products, whatever, for daily life. She doesn't ask me to purchase handbags, jewelry. She's not demanding. Lots and lots of Filipinas are like that. They're not just in the relationship for money. I know the misconception is that basically because there's an old saying in the West, if you do right by someone, they'll tell 10 people. If you do wrong by someone, they'll tell 100. So obviously you hear the bad stories way more than you hear the good stories. People aren't quick to shout out, oh, I'm with a Filipina and she's not robbing me. They're very quick to point out, oh, I was with a Filipina and she took me for a ride and took me for everything I have. And so it's really uneven, the amount of reporting that's done on the bad Filipinas. And you'll find gold diggers in every country in the world. So this is not a new thing. And I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I'm just saying you hear about that a lot more than you hear about the genuine Filipinas who are just searching for a partner. So no, they're not all like that. And I know there'll be comments coming in saying, oh, it's after your money, you're just rescuing her from poverty. How can I do that when I lost all my money in investments in Australia over a year ago and I'm basically living on the little savings I've got left now? So we don't have a lot of money. It's as simple as that. Hence the reason we're trying to get this build done before we run out of everything and get out of here, out of the city. So that's number one issue addressed, is that it's not all about the money. And a lot of guys say, oh, why aren't the Filipinas with older Filipino men? They are. I know personally of Filipinas here who are with men that are more than twice their age that are Filipinos. And if you see a Filipina with an older guy at the mall, do you actually go up and ask her, is this your boyfriend or your husband? No, you just assume it's not. But a lot of the time, it is. So it doesn't have to be a foreign guy. It can be a Filipino man. And in fact, one of Tess's sisters was with a much older Filipino man who fathered all three of her children. So it's not anything to do with just foreigners, it's just older men in general. Now, I managed to find this lovely Filipina on the street. Please. Good day, ma'am. Please tell us your opinion on why Filipinas prefer to be with an older man.
We prepare Filipina prepare to be to be with the older man because the older man they are more matured. They're mature to handle the relationship. They are responsible and unlike the young man, but not all. Sometimes they're just easy-go-lucky. They don't want to take the responsibility.
Yeah, so and I've heard that from a lot of Filipinas here that Filipinas, unlike Western women will get burned by a younger guy, and just go and do it again and again and again and again. With Filipinas, they seem to learn their lesson very quickly. Not all, but a lot will get burned by a younger guy. He'll go out cheating on them. He always wants to go drinking. Tess used the word mature, and I will say that there is an immaturity here far beyond most Western cultures. And I know people will say guys and boys are more immature than girls, but they seem to be even more immature here than the West. So they're not interested in doing anything but having fun, having a good time. And look, I know everyone wants to have fun and have a good time, but the guys here they'll jump from one girl to another. They're not interested in settling down. They're not interested in having a serious relationship. They just want to get drunk, go hang out with their mates, and go sleep with as many girls as they can. And once a Filipina gets burned like that, she seems to shy away from that and realise, hey, I've made a mistake getting with this young guy my age. It's not going to work. I'm going to get burned again. So they steer towards the older, more mature men. As I said, point in question here. So that's basically the story, the same story I hear from almost all Filipinos as to the reason why they prefer an older man than themselves. Now, then there's the foreigner side of it. Not all Filipinos are interested in foreigners, and I've spoken to many Filipinos here that I say, would you date a foreigner? No, I prefer Filipino men. It's not a universal thing in the Philippines that they all want to be with an older foreign man. It's just the taste of the individual Filipina. So now, please ma'am, explain why you would prefer a foreigner, why you think foreigners are better than Filipinos.
Because Filipino are cheater. No. No, I mean I choose foreigner because in my previous relationship, a boyfriend before I met Brian, he is a cheater. So I say,
Who, me?
No,
Oh.
my ex.
Sorry. You said Brian and then said he's a cheater in the same sentence. Oh.
Before I met you.
Okay.
With Brian. So the reason why we split because he cheated me.
But
Then I found Brian.
But why specifically foreigners?
Sige.
You're attracted to foreigners because?
Because foreigner is guapo.
See? Guapo, poggy, handsome. In the West, now, I'm not considered so much handsome. Like when I was a young guy, I'd say maybe average 5 out of 10. But here, if you have
Pointed nose.
a big nose, which I'm lucky to have been blessed with, a big nose, you're considered handsome because most Filipinos have flat noses. So Filipina consider, and the color of the skin, yes?
Yes.
White skin. Here the culture is the whiter the skin, the more attractive you are. And to the point that some people are even discriminated against for being very black. Now I know black discrimination is not a new thing anywhere in the world, but it's they consider the darker the skin here, the poorer you are. The whiter the skin, the more affluent you are. So even with the Filipino people, you do find some very white-skinned Filipinos, and you find some very dark-skinned morena girl. Ma morena. Yeah, you find very dark-skinned girls. So it's just the way the culture is, that their attitude is, you are given more respect if you have whiter skin. So if you have white skin and a big nose, then you're considered guapo, handsome. So it's not all down to money. And yes, as I said before, there are Filipinos who are very greedy, and I'll say, if you go to Manila, Pampanga, Angeles City, and you are meeting up with bar girls, you're probably going to find gold diggers who are just there trying to go get out with foreigners so they can milk them for what they can. If you go to the outer areas and other islands and smaller provinces, and you meet the genuine Filipino girls, you'll find girls that are just raised by their family to take care of their man and to have a happy life. Yes, they want financial security and stability in the relationship, and that's true of any woman in the world. Everyone wants that. But the girls are not searching out foreigners for money only. And I know the guys that have got their opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one. And there's guys there with opinions that don't believe that, and they think that it's all about money. And you're never going to change that opinion. And I'm not here to try and change that opinion. I'm just here to say this is my experience, and this is the facts of what I've seen and learned in the few years that I've been involved with Filipinas and been here in the Philippines. So that's my story about why Filipinas are interested in older men and some in foreign men. And I know there's a lot of older guys out there interested in young, guapa Filipinas. So I hope this gives you more hope, guys, that you'll understand that there is genuine girls out there searching for you for a reason, and it's not about your money. So if you're chatting to them online, don't be bragging about how much money you have or flashing cash or trying to impress them like that, because the true genuine Filipina, you won't impress her at all. You'll actually turn her off if you're being like that. So just act natural, be yourself, and don't forget the dating site where I met my gorgeous wife Tess. I always put a link in the description down below, guys. If you click on that link, you can create a free profile there and check out all the Filipinas online. Thousands of Filipinas there searching for foreign men. Yes, you will have to sort through some of the fakes and the scammers, but video call, chat to them, you'll soon discover if they're genuine or not. So that's today's video, guys. Thank you for joining us. Don't forget to check out Friday's video with our update out on the land. We're just about to lock up stage on the little shed, and we've changed our plans now. We're going to build a bahay kubo, which is like a bamboo kitchen off the side of that, because we may be in the little shed a little longer than we planned originally, depending on how funds go. Once we get it to lock up stage, we can actually get out there. I've got a new solar powered pressure pump for water that I've got that we need to connect up. I have a friend here in Masbate from the US, great young guy, 34 years old, named Shane, and his hobby is electronics and specifically solar. So I've been getting a lot of information off Shane, and he's graciously offered to donate his time and his labor to come out and help me install some solar panels and install an inverter and wire up the place to get some lights and some outlets in there so we can run our refrigerator and hopefully maybe an air conditioner if we can get enough battery power out there. So I've just ordered LifePo 4 lithium battery online. We'll talk more about that in the video as we're going, but yeah, I want to discuss things like lead acid batteries, gel batteries, lithium batteries, and I'm no expert on solar, but I have been learning a little, and I'll use Shane's knowledge to help you guys hopefully understand what it's all about building off-grid. And we'll see you in the next one. So from Brian and Tess in the Philippines, peace out.